Welcome back to AI Tech Hub. I'm Cody, and I am absolutely pumped you're hanging out with us today for this brand new explainer. We're looking at a concept that is literally everywhere right now. I mean, if you've glanced at an AI engineer's resume lately or scrolled through a tech job board, you have absolutely seen one specific word highlighted, front and center.
And that word is LangChain. So what exactly is LangChain, and why has it suddenly become the absolute must-have skill in the artificial intelligence space? Okay, let's dive into this. To really get what this technology does and why it's such a massive game changer, we actually need to step away from the computer for a second and look at something completely different.
Section 1. The Universal Remote Analogy. One controller to rule them all.
I want you to visualize your living room entertainment setup right now. If you're anything like me, it can get a bit chaotic, right? You've got your TV, your soundbar, maybe a streaming box. And under the hood, every single one of those devices works entirely differently. They've got different manufacturers, different internal logic. But you don't want to learn 3 incredibly complex systems just to sit down and watch a movie, do you? No way! You use a universal remote. That one single remote controls all of them the exact same way every single time. You press power, and everything turns on. You don't need to speak the individual technical languages of the TV and the soundbar to make them work together.
Section 2. The problem with AI tools. Translating the living room to the digital world.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact situation we are facing right now in AI software development. That living room maps perfectly onto an AI tech stack. Instead of a TV and a soundbar, developers are dealing with large language models, vector databases, and external APIs. And just like those home electronics, these digital tools all work a little differently from one another. They have their own weird quirks, different token limits, unique prompt formatting requirements. Without a unified system, you're basically back to juggling 5 different remotes on your couch, having to manually translate your inputs and outputs at every single step of the chain.
Which brings us to a massive headache for developers. Historically, if an engineer wanted to swap out one AI model for a newer, smarter one, or maybe connect to a totally new database, they basically had to start over. They had to build those connections, as the quote says, without rewriting everything from scratch for each one. In a field where these state-of-the-art models update practically every month, being locked into one provider because your code is too tangled up is a total nightmare. If you don't have a unified framework, you're constantly tearing down your core logic just to upgrade the TV and your tech stack. It's incredibly frustrating and just highly inefficient.
Section 3. Connecting the AI pipeline, the LangChain solution.
So how do we fix this? How do we stop rewriting code and start actually building powerful applications? Well, enter the ultimate fix. So the crucial point is this definition right here. LangChain is a universal remote for AI that gives developers one consistent way to connect different models, databases, and tools together. I really want you to let that sink in. Instead of learning a highly specific, custom language for every single new AI tool that hits the market, an engineer just needs to know LangChain. LangChain sits right in the middle, holding all the remotes, and provides standardized wrappers. It translates your generic request into the specific syntax each component requires. It's so elegant, and it means swapping out components later requires changing maybe one line of code instead of hundreds.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual pipeline. Imagine you're constructing a state-of-the-art AI assistant for your business. A user asks a complex question. First, you need your core AI model. That's the brain. Next, it needs to know your actual business context. So through LangChain, you connect it to company documents to grab the right HR policies. But wait, what if the question is about today's news? Boom! You wire it up to the internet for a live search. And finally, maybe it needs to take an action, like sending an email, so you link it to other tools. LangChain is the framework that effortlessly clicks all 4 of these isolated pieces together like puzzle pieces into a single, flowing pipeline.
Section 4. Building real-world chatbots, powering the tools you already use.
Now, why does this matter to you right now? Because this isn't just abstract theory. This exact framework, this pipeline connecting models to documents and tools, is what powers the enterprise AI chatbots and assistants you've actually used at work. Whenever you interact with an AI that seamlessly pulls up internal data, searches the web, and formats it perfectly, you are seeing the magic of a unified framework like LangChain at work behind the scenes. It's the invisible infrastructure holding the whole shebang together. Which leaves us with an incredibly exciting question to ponder. With all these distinct tools finally able to talk to each other seamlessly through one universal remote, what will your next AI pipeline build? The possibilities are literally endless.
If you want to see exactly how these pipelines are built step by step in the real world, go ahead and comment the word chain down below. Make sure you follow and subscribe to AI Tech Hub because we break down a brand new concept every explainer to keep you ahead of the curve. Thanks for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.